Yo, you in the mix. So pay attention. You want what you can't keep. This mirror talk is exactly what it sounds like. Sometimes you can really want something that you're not ready for. Really. Or maybe you on the other side of the fence where you was ready, but the person that you was dealing with wasn't ready for you. Whichever side of the fence don't really matter, but it's all the same either way, because you can't think that it's gonna ever work like that. If you're not willing to give what it is that you expect, then you playing with people. And you really playing with yourself, because it's like, if you know that you're not gonna be able to give what it is that you asking for, if it was to ever get asked for back, then you left in a blind spot where you don't really have any moves. So now you just wasting their time, or you wasting your time. Like I said, it's two sides to the fence with this. You gotta keep up. It could be a relationship, right? Sometimes it's relationships that go south because you were the problem. Maybe it's a relationship that went south because both of y'all were the problem. But let's say for a second that the other person was the problem that you're dealing with, right? Okay. You could be communicating perfectly. You could be explaining everything perfectly. You could be laying the game down straight. No confusion in nothing that you saying. There's no points in what you putting down and what you revealing. And trying to communicate ain't no part of what you saying. Are you slipping or saying anything underhanded? So boom, if you know that your communication on point, you know that you talking, you explaining, you doing everything you need to do right, okay? If you still bumping heads with whoever or whatever it is that you doing, that's a sign. And if you continuing to bump heads, that's another sign. That's a sign that you choosing not to pay attention to what's in front of you. You always got a choice, no matter what you think. Like, say this may sound heartless, but I don't care. Like, you gonna take it how you take it. Let's say, for example, a parent, right? Whether you a father or a mother, you don't have to take care of your child. You don't have to raise them. You don't have to be there for them. Is it what you supposed to do? Yeah. But you don't have to. It's a choice. Now you may have a mindset like, oh no, it's mandatory. That's how it's supposed to be. Cool. But my point is, you don't have to. It's always a choice. Everything is a choice. So whenever somebody says that they have to, they're lying to themselves. You don't have to do anything. So understand that you're doing it for whatever reason you're doing it, but you don't have to do it. My point in saying this, if you know that you're choosing to do something, you know you're choosing to participate in whatever it is you're doing, whether it's working, whether it's dealing with a person or whatever it may be. If you know how to put it, that you're choosing to continue, even when you may see this and that ain't what it's supposed to be. That's a choice, because you didn't have to keep going. You may feel, oh well, I got a big heart, okay, but you're making a choice to stay. You're making a choice. So if things continue to go left, you can't blame them and, oh, I gave you so many chances. That was your choice to give them that many chances. Is it good that you try to give them their chances and talk to them about it? Yeah, it's very good. But it resulted and played out how it played out nonetheless. Nothing changed. So basically what I'm saying is it gets to a point where you can't sit there and try to play victim. Like, oh, I done did so much. I done put in so much. That was your choice. And it may sound heartless. That may sound fucked up. Like, damn. But okay, but understand what I'm saying. That was your choice. You chose to keep going. You chose to be this or do that. You chose that. So what I'm saying is, pay attention to what you're doing. And pay attention to what you're getting out of what you're doing. And reflect on, okay, is all of this that I've been pouring into this cup, has it been pouring over? Has it been overfilling? Or is the cup still dry as a bone because it's a hole in it? You just pouring. It's all amounting to nothing. You have to be able to get out your feelings. Especially when you're listening to me. You gotta just let it hit. Take it in, understand. It's a choice. You're choosing to let whatever it is that you may feel is tearing you up inside continue. It's always a choice. Now, you can sit here and try to debate on, oh well, I have to because of this and that, this and that, this and that. When you really understand what I said earlier about the mother and father thing, you understand it ain't even about morals. It's about understanding you chose that boat. Whether it was intentionally or not, you chose to stay in that boat once you knew you were in it. So with you knowing that you've already made a choice to do whatever it is you're doing or deal with whatever it is you're dealing with from whoever you're dealing with it from, you gotta eat that or leave. Make a choice. And if you can't make a choice, that's where you're gonna be in limbo. That's where you're gonna be stuck. Once you make a choice though, that's where the freedom come in at. Because once you know that you made that choice, and you know that you're living with that choice, and you gonna accept what come with that choice, you a lot stronger. It don't weigh on you no more, because you know, like, yeah, I already know I'm gonna deal with it. That's like, for example, I'm gonna be more specific. You in a relationship and they may be doing things that you know you don't like, but at the same time you know it ain't to the point that you ready to just cut the whole situation. What are you complaining for? Like, we're talking about something like, you know they're not going to change this specific thing, yet you know you're not going to lead them over that. Why are you complaining if you know and you've already made the choice to stay? Because if it's really a problem, you will leave. But clearly it's not that much of a problem if you chose to stay now, is it? So it's either you're going to accept it and have peace, or leave and have peace. But if you don't choose, that's where you're going to lose yourself. If you don't want to accept it, but you don't want to leave, you're going to be fucked up. If you leave while still trying to run back and hoping that one day, or you leaving to make them change it, you're going to lose yourself. I said enough for you to think about. You want what you can't keep, stay in the mirror.